So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Pretty throwing here to start. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. With 3rd and 10 coming up, they felt comfortable going ahead and declining that penalty. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be delay a game. So that penalty declines. They're happy enough stuffing that last play at the line for no gain. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He'll get this to Samuel. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throw by Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. On the right side. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. They're going for this. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Right to the air, it's Hurts. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That is not a good omen at all. We've spent so much time, Kate, on the first 15 plays, and that first play, you've rehearsed it in your head over and over as a quarterback, as an offensive line. You never, ever want to go backwards, have such a negative play, but now you got to flush it and quickly move on.
Another try following the sack. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Hurts now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal.
63.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. So that penalty declines. They're happy enough stuffing that last play at the line for no gain. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Hurts throwing again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He's looking for A.J. Brown there. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the 49ers take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the gun is Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. This one intended for the running back. So second down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
This is reeled in by Jennings. And he pushes this up to midfield before going out. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Purdy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. That one intended for Brandon Ayuk. And now they face second down. Back to throw, here's Purdy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
On third down, Purdy. That's brought in by Jennings. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They'll try it right with McCaffrey. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 now. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal. They've got a man in motion. They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Here's Purdy to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by James Bradbury.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Hurts looking to throw. He's on the move. Still on the move, throwing down the right sideline.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find the first.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Taken in by Smith. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throwing for Hurts. Forced out to his right. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the 49ers get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these 2 defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Purdy setting up that play action. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Devontae Smith, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. It's the Eagles looking at 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Here's Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, Man, did he make an impact play.
Putting a receiver in motion. First and 10, here's Hurts. And a man is there to knock that away. He's looking for Dallas Goedert there. And it sets up second down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And he gets this forward to the 19.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. That's caught for the first. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Barkley. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles take the lead just before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. He'll get this to Samuel. We'll have him gain about a handful there. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So now here's 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They bring their tight end left. First down throw by Purdy. That finds IU, complete. And that's good for a gain of 5. Avante Maddox up for that tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, that fooled me. He had it online. That wasn't the issue. Just didn't have the leg he needed. And the ball goes the wrong way as he's denied by the crossbar.
One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hurts now from the gun. Getting out to his left. Now he takes it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This finds Smith. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by Fred Warner. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up second and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
From the 24. Look at the sideline, that's Goddard. And he's down to the 8 before going out. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal. From the red zone now. Buys time, rolling right.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Throwing here, Hurts. Chased out to his... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
He's running for it.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
So on fourth down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it. It's taken in by Juszczyk. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Working quickly here. On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 2 yards on the pickup. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Eagles take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Now Hurts. On the move, headed right. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives them 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Rolling left, buying some time. And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles parlay the interception into points. Dallas Goedert the touchdown! Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles take a 3-possession lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Kittle's got it on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a 49er 1st down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Purdy to throw. Nabs along that sideline, Samuel. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. 1st and 10 from the 41.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Man in motion here. Purdy on 1st down. Brought in by Ayuk near the sideline. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They send a man in motion. First down from the red zone. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, San Francisco. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers cut the lead down to 10. So we're through 3 here. And after that last-second score in the third, we'll resume play with a kickoff.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Hurts. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the shower.
They connect on the deep shot. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Hurts looking to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. Hurts setting up to throw. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
It's second and 8 at the 16-yard line.
From the 16. Escapes out to the left. Forced out to his right. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On third down, it's Hurts. Flush down out to his left. Oh no, the ball is loose! And this is picked up by the 49ers! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Look, you know I'm always trying to be positive, partner. You take away the ending, it was a great drive. Everything they were hoping for, but all that work and effort, it's gone.
And all that people are going to remember is that ending, Kate. That's all that unfortunately matters for this offense.
They've got a man in motion. First down throw by Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Putting a receiver in motion. Purdy throwing here on first. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And that'll bring up second down. Man in motion here. Purdy now on 2nd and 10. That throw finds Kittle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To throw again, it's Purdy. That's taken in by Samuel. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for and you go out and execute.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. They'll throw it again. He's got it near the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal. Complete on the option. He has the San Francisco touchdown. Not a lot of process processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Eagles holding on to a field goal lead. Second down now, 7 to go. Wow, they're gonna pass it here. Buys time, rolling right. Still on the move, throwing down. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Charvarius Ward picks it off. And the 49ers have some new life in the fourth. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
They send a man in motion. He'll look to throw it. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
They've got a man in motion. Back to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. 40, 30, hits the 20. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back to McCaffrey on second down. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
To throw. It's intercepted. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles make the play that should win them this game. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to.
Up to the races, middle of the field. He's at midfield. The 30. He's at the 10. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Purdy setting up that play action. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Play action now with Purdy. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are finally tackled on the return after taking it all the way back to the opposing 40.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walk in the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup. And it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today. And I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That one falls incomplete. Couldn't make the connection deep downfield.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Chased out to his right. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's 2nd and goal. Hurts throwing again. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the 49ers are stopped on the return on the final play of this game. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And when you steal away 5 possessions in a game, Brock, you are going to win the majority of the time. It's a victory built a lot on those turnovers as their defense takes center stage for a change.